My name is Kim and welcome back to my channel. On today's episode of Kimmy Pang Talks, as you've guessed it from the intro, we'll be talking about my workspace setup. Prior to moving into the new place, my boyfriend Jay and I thought it would be great to share a workspace together, so we spent a lot of hours trying to design a workspace that was going to be conducive for the both of us. It was challenging at first, but it was a very fun process, so we thought we could share that experience with you and also gain some inspiration on how you could redesign your workspace as well. In this video, you'll see the items that we got for the space and at the same time why we decided on it. The main goal for the space is of course to make it aesthetically pleasing, but at the same time not to break the bank. Before we begin, I would really appreciate early thumbs up, and if you haven't already, do click the subscribe button below and also turn on the bell button so you'll be the first to know when a video gets uploaded onto my channel. Right, I think that's pretty much it, so without further ado, let's begin.
First off, let's talk about the foundations of a workspace. As Jay and I will be sharing the space, we were aware that we had to take into consideration the size of the table to ensure that we had enough space to be working on our individual tasks. Because our workstation will be in the living room, we also had to match the theme of gold, navy and grey. We went for the Ikea dark grey tabletop. The usual combination with this is the Alex drawers or even normal table legs from Ikea. But we didn't really want to go mainstream, so we decided to source for gold table legs off Amazon to create a more customized design. I find that when you already have a design in mind on what you want your table to look like, it makes it so much easier to source for the materials. If you're working within a budget, definitely do source the tabletop and table legs separately because it works out cheaper than buying a ready-made table off a company. Ikea tabletops are relatively cheap, plus you can also customize it to your own liking. Next up, let's talk about the chair. I finally decided to invest in a good ergonomic chair, so I went for SECRETLAB because of how established the brand is. Some of you might argue it is a little bit overpriced, but considering how I've been using crappy chairs since university days, I just went for it, treat myself. The first impression of the SECRETLAB chair was that it would fit the aesthetic feels we were going for. And after 3 months of use, I'm pretty happy with the buy. I've sat on this chair for a good 6 to 8 hours straight, trying to edit videos, and I really appreciated how comfortable it is. The head and lumbar pillow that came with it made the purchase so much more worth it. It provides sufficient head and lower back support, and that's why I really love the chair that I'm using. Both Jay and I got the soft weave fabric because there were reviews mentioning about how the PU leather cracks and peels after months of use, and so it was a pretty easy choice to go for it. Jay is using the Titan chair and I'm using the Omega. Comparatively in size, you can see that the Titan is bigger, which fits medium to larger users like Jay. And I tried sitting on the Titan, but it didn't really feel as comfortable as my Omega, probably because of the body size fit, and it's also just user preferences. We wanted to give the workspace a bit more personality, and that's where the decorations came in. We went for Displate metal art pieces, which gave each side of the shared workspace an individual touch without clashing in design. I always loved having plants in the house, and that includes the space that I'll be using most of the time. So that's why on Jay's side there's a mini succulent, and on my side there's bamboo plants. It creates a more calming environment to work in, and plus it also adds the earthy vibes. Cable management is something that not a lot of people think about. I think that this accessory is very important to keep the workstation tidy and free from hanging wires. You won't realize that it's there, but you definitely see a difference if it's not. Now we're going to talk about the heavy duty stuff, the laptop, the monitor and the mouse, because that's what I use on a daily basis, whether it's to edit videos or even to surf the net. I'm currently using a 13-inch early 2015 MacBook Pro. Considering it's an older version of the MacBook Pro, it still works well with Adobe 2020 programs like Premiere Pro or even Photoshop, which usually requires more powerful computers to run. Of course, in the upcoming future, I will be upgrading my laptop, but for now, it's still functioning perfectly. The monitor I'm using is the Iiyama 27-inch, which is a pretty great value monitor for gamers. I'm not a gamer personally, so this monitor was actually passed down by my boyfriend Jay, and I don't really say no to these kind of hand-me-downs. Having a larger screen has helped me improve my efficiency, especially when it comes to editing videos and also using Photoshop. Jay, on the other hand, has a 34-inch curved ultra-wide monitor, which has come in pretty handy for work and play. Having one ultra-wide screen helps with productivity because he's able to open multiple tabs all on one screen. And it also helps reduce the need of multiple screens, so we're also able to save space on the table. The mouse I'm using is a Logitech G903 wireless gaming mouse. It's pretty much of an overkill for someone like me, a non-gamer, to be using this mouse, but I find that it's responsive and has helped boost my productivity. Plus, the reason I'm using it is also because Jay has it and I got one for myself to match. We also got monitor arms for the workspace, which helps hover the screen above the table without taking up too much space. Considering Jay and I are already sharing the workstation, we needed every inch of space we could get. But for those of you who have your own space, this is still a great investment to build a more minimalistic workspace. Thanks for watching to the end of this video. I hope that you've gathered all the ideas that you need for designing your workspace. And if you need more inspiration for work setups, do check out Jay's Instagram page, Jay's Setups. And I'll see you next time. Bye!